Hi, boys and girls. This is a book that I would have read to you during our bird week. Mama Built a Little Nest. It has some really interesting facts. Some pages might make you even say, ooh, or wow, I didn't know that before. Mama Built a Little Nest. We're going to read about all different kinds of birds and how they make their nests. Mama built a little nest inside a sturdy trunk. She used her beak to tap, 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 the perfect place to bunk. Tree hole nests, also known as cavity nests, are created by the male and female woodpecker. That means Mommy and Daddy woodpecker make these holes by tap, tap, tapping with their beaks. Those holes are called cavities, just like holes in your teeth are called cavities. So that is a tree hole nest made by the Mommy and Daddy woodpecker. But that's not how the hummingbirds do it. Mama built a little nest, a cup so wee and snug, with walls of moss and roof of sky and silky cobweb rug. A hummingbird makes the smallest cup-shaped nest. It uses spider web so that the little nest will stretch as the chicks grow bigger and bigger. We learned about how strong that spider's silky web is, and the hummingbird uses it for that reason. Mama built a little nest. Well, actually, she didn't. She found one that another had made, and then she laid me in it. See how this egg looks different than the others? That's because not all birds build nests. The cowbird, the whydah, and the cuckoo all find a nest built by a different kind of bird. Then they lay their egg in it and fly off, leaving their egg in the care of the bird who actually built the nest. So this bird is going to lay its egg in the nest. This is probably a robin's nest because we see those blue eggs, which usually means it's a robin, and then fly off. So when this baby bird hatches, it's not going to be a robin, but it's going to be in the nest with the baby robins and be taken care of by the mother robin. That's different. Mama built a little nest. My daddy helped out too. They placed my egg upon his feet. That's where I hatched and grew. We learned about that when we were studying penguins. The emperor penguin uses a living nest, the father penguin. The father uses his beak to roll the mother's egg upon his feet quickly so it doesn't freeze, and carefully so it doesn't break. There it stays buried under his tummy folds for about 60 days, warm and protected. Mama scraped a simple nest upon a craggy ledge. She tucked me safe within her wings until my time to fledge. Fledge means when the chick is big enough to start learning how to fly and hunt for food and take care of itself. But until then, Mama keeps it safe here on the ledge. And it says, certain birds, such as the falcon, create a nest called a scrape on a high cliff edge. The mother and father may scrape away at the ledge, creating a small indentation. So this little spot right here, it's almost like the shape of a bowl, and they have scraped it so that they can use that as their nest. Daddy built a little nest, and then he built another, and another, and another, hoping to impress my mother. Oh boy, this is a wren, a cactus wren, and it says, like many wrens, the daddy cactus wren builds several different dome-shaped nests. Those are the round nests that we see on the cactus. Builds several different ones to make the mommy like him. And after he attracts the mother bird, The mother wren will choose her favorite nest, and that will be the real one. That's the one that they will hatch their babies in. But the rest will stay and serve as decoys to confuse hungry animals. A decoy is like a trick. So a hungry animal might come to this cactus and doesn't know whether to go here or here or here or here to find some baby birds. So it's a little bit of a trick, and it might keep those baby birds safe if the hungry animal goes to the wrong nest instead of the real one. Mama built a little nest. She used her beak to sew a woven nest of silky grass, the perfect place to grow. This is a weaver bird. Weaver birds create very detailed woven nests by sewing and weaving their nesting materials together. They pull grasses and fiber over, under, around, and through, using only their beak and feet. Now, people do some weaving sometimes with fabrics, and maybe for an art project you can go over and under and over and under, but we get to use our hands with 10 fingers. They have to do it with just their beak and their 2 feet. The weaver birds. Mama built a little nest by digging out a burrow. It was a hoot, our little home, a safe and feathery furrow. The burrowing owl nests underground in a burrow nest. It can dig out its own burrow or use an abandoned burrow created by another animal. So Mama Owl might make her own burrow under the ground for laying her egg, or she might find one that another animal left behind, already dug. Then she can just go inside and lay her egg there. Kind of like recycling. Mama built a little nest. She gathered twigs that float and placed them on the water to create a cozy boat. This is a grebe. A grebe creates a floating nest on the water and anchors it to the water plants. So that egg gets to float there in its little boat that Mama made until it's ready to hatch. Mama built a little nest. She made it on the ground. A simple nest, not very soft, with pebbles, smooth and round. So this is a shore bird. That means it lives near the water, on the beach, on the shore. It says many shorebirds create scrape nests on the ground. Their eggs often have colors and patterns to help camouflage them with their environment. Can you find the eggs in this picture? It's a little tricky because all these stones and rocks look like eggs. So we're not sure which one actually are the eggs. There they are. See those 3? They still look a lot like rocks or pebbles. That's a good way to protect them. Hungry animals might walk right by and think, that's just a bunch of rocks sitting there. This one is super interesting. Daddy built a little nest. Now don't gross out. With spit. Who would have thought that spit would make the perfect place to sit? Oh my goodness, that is very different. This bird is called a swiftlet, and the daddy swiftlet builds the nest by using spit. Oh my goodness. It says he uses his saliva, which is the water in our mouth that would come out if we did spit. He uses that, and when it comes out into the air, that spit gets hard. And then that nest is for his babies. But those nests, guess what? They actually get eaten sometimes by people. People use swiftlet nests to make bird's nest soup, which is something that the people in China think is delicious. So when they are eating bird's nest soup, they're actually eating the spit that came from the daddy swiftlet that turned into a nest. Wow, I have never tasted bird's nest soup before. This one's also interesting. Mama built a sealed nest within an old tree's hollow. My daddy left a little hole to pass her food to swallow. So this is the hornbill. And it says the hornbill makes a cavity nest, which we know means a hole nest, inside a tree hollow. And it says that the mama stays inside, the daddy stays outside. Together they close up the nest, the hole, almost all the way using mud and droppings. Droppings means poop. Oh no, they use a little bit of poop from animals that would kind of work like mud, to close up that cavity almost all the way. They just leave a little spot for Mama's head to peek out and get food from Daddy. Mama stays locked inside the nest to incubate the clutch. That means to keep the eggs nice and warm until they're ready to hatch. After the chicks hatch, then Mama can break out and help Daddy to feed and take care of the young inside until the chicks are ready to come out and be big birds, hunting and flying and taking care of themselves. Mama built a sturdy nest by stacking twigs up high, a breezy house upon a tree where talons blend with sky. Talons are those sharp, sharp claws that the eagle has. They're really strong too. They can pick up fish and mice and other small animals and carry them away. He can also pick up heavy branches and use them to make the nest. It says the daddy and mommy bald eagle build a stick nest called an eyrie by gathering and layering many sticks. Their nests are among the largest of all bird nests, usually 5 to 6 feet in diameter and 2 to 4 feet high. That means Miss Brooke could lay down with her head here and her feet way over here. And that's how big that bird's nest would be. Miss Brooke is pretty tall. That means that nest is pretty large. Not a nest we could hold in our hands, that's for sure. Mama built a little nest entirely out of mud. No feathery down, no soft green plants, just fuddy, muddy crud. We know who that is, that pink flamingo, right? It says the male and female flamingo build a mound-shaped nest on the ground using mud, which the female lays just one egg inside. They only lay one egg at a time, the flamingo, not a group of them. But it's a pretty big egg, isn't it? You have a nest, your very own, a place to rest your head, with pillows soft and cozy thoughts. Your nest is called a bed. We're lucky to have a cozy bed for us to stay warm inside, and we didn't even have to get sticks or spit or mud or anything like that. A nice place to keep us warm and cozy. Thanks for listening.